NewsNation Now coverage continues from New York. I'm Connell McShane. We'll get to all of those stories as we begin this hour on the shakeups in Washington. We'll start at the CDC. White House defending the firing of the agency's director, saying that the president has the right to oust people not aligned with his agenda. As we bring in Geraldo on his daily take here. Good to see you, my friend, as always. I thought we'd go big picture, not only the CDC with this firing, and now it's back and forth, but, you know, the Lisa Cook, the Fed governor, she's now suing the president after firing her. And it's kind of a larger theme here, kind of Trump versus the institutions. I know the Trump people would say the deep state, but it's particularly in the second term. I mean, he's really going after people and not holding back. What do you make of it all?
I think Trump is unchained, Connell. I think there's no doubt about the fact that he is filled with energy and strength and authority and swagger. He is confident that everything ends up in the federal judiciary, ultimately the Supreme Court of the United States. It is Trump's Supreme Court. There's a built-in majority there, 6-3 conservative majority. So he knows that whether it is the Fed governor or the CDC director, ultimately their lawsuits will end up in a place that's very friendly for the president. He's on a roll. I believe that even enhanced by the crime statistics in the District of Columbia, everything down, carjackings down, murder, rape, every category you can think of down because of the federal, simultaneous with the federal, massive deployment in the nation's capital. So I think that these are glory days so far for Donald Trump, Connell.
Okay, the Wall Street Journal put it this way. They said in Trump's second term, a bolder president charges ahead and does so unchecked. See, Mark Short, who was on this program yesterday, by the way, had a quote that I think he's learned there's not much that can really stop him from what he wants. So you say he's on a roll. Any of this that concerns you, though, that, that's what people would say, there's too much, it's a power grab, there's just, it's a little over the top, or maybe more than a little?
You know how I feel, maybe more than a little, yeah, right. I put Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is the #1 contender to take on the president's vice president or whomsoever runs again in 2028. Gavin Newsom, I had to smile, had a Law and Order press conference today, and he talks about California's innovative Takedown Tuesdays. So he's if you can't beat him, join him. Imitation, the sincerest form of flattery. I think that Gavin Newsom knows what to do to be like Trump. And Trump clearly has figured out how to be president. People might not like it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But it's pretty clear that he's doing the right thing. I even think, I know you haven't gotten to the topic yet, but in Minneapolis, the fact that he called Governor Walz his rival, for the presidential election, and very graciously talked to the authorities in Minnesota. I think that he is being well advised, or he's keeping his eye on the ball. Do I agree with everything he says? Absolutely not. But
it's kind of funny he hasn't talked about it.
I think he's really rolling.
Publicly, the shooting. I don't think he said anything besides the statement and the call that we learned about. There was a briefing from Caroline Leavitt, but we haven't really heard from the president on it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.